Changing the fuel filter in the Kubota M9000 tractor. There's the filter. There's the water separator. I already have it shut off. The very first thing you want to do if you're considering doing this is make sure you have a replacement filter. I keep them back here. What's this? Oh, that's for the skid steer. This says filter, fuel cartridge, M9000. Good. We have one. What you might do, get the instruction manual or the owner's manual out of that drawer and take a look at it. Here's what it says. Press pause so you can read all that stuff. I'm showing you this just because I can't film what I'm doing and what's in there. But the water separator typically is not a problem. Our fuel is not usually wet, it's just dirty. But it's something that you ought to do anyway. So turn it off, loosen this ring, pull the guts out, clean it out as best you can. You're going to need some clean rags for this. I don't have clean rags and I can't buy parts or anything, so good luck. And then notice it says bleed the fuel system. Well, wait, we're not going to bleed the fuel system yet. We're also going to change the filter. Where is it? Where is it? Wait a minute. Oh, here it was on the other page. Oh, look at that. So, pretty simple. Remove the fuel filter, lubricate the seal, put it back on, bleed the system. And so the fuel filter is there. It's behind the water separator. It's really, really tight. It's fun to work on. So, bleeding the system. So make sure there's fuel in the tank. You can't bleed it if the tank is empty. Open the fuel cock there that you had shut off when you were changing your filters. Open the air vent cock. Okay, I call that the purge valve, but whatever. This is over. See where you are now? You got the injection pump, all the injector lines coming off of it. It's this that you would open. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. And then pump the fuel pump, which is on top of the filter. And it'll pump easily at first, and you'll feel resistance as fuel's coming in. To make sure air is completely purged, pinch the fuel overflow hose with fingers. If a pulsation is felt when the knob is pumped, no air remains. Well, the problem is, where you're pinching there, that hose is kind of stiff, and you really can't feel it anymore. And then they tell you to start it at full throttle, and I haven't had to do that. If you do a good job purging it, you will want to let it run for a minute or two with the air vent cock open, just to get every last little bit of air out, but then close it, and assuming nothing leaks, you're done. So I changed the filter. There's really nothing to see. I mean, spin it on after you lubricate the gasket. Don't make it too tight, but make it tight enough. To get to it, it's going to come out, in and out through this little gap, but you're going to have to get the new one in. The challenge is holding it up in there and starting on the threads. So you're going to have to reach in through here with one hand to hold it. And then your other hand is going to have to come in through the bottom here. See my fingers? So that hand holds it up while you're reaching through with the top one turning it. It's pretty awkward. And obviously you want to make sure it's as clean as you can get it in there. Blow it out with the air hose first. If you drop the filter, take it all the way out, make sure no crud has fallen into it. But yeah, so the sediment bowl is kind of the same thing. It's really awkward getting in there because you have all this structure in the way. Here's the screen. Nothing really to see there. There's a spring that goes in underneath the screen and it holds it up, right? So that's inside the bowl. There's also that red piece of plastic in there. That is supposed to float on water, not fuel. And so if you see that floating up to here, that means you've got water in there and you're supposed to drain it. Now, fortunately, our fuel is pretty dry. We seldom have water, we have sludge. So I'm going to try to get some of that sludge out. And then for reassembling it, spring goes in. This, actually there's a little nipple that goes on. And then the collar goes like that, and threads on. And it's, you saw where it was, it's a joy to get to. All right, we got the new filter on and the sediment bowl back in. Turn the shutoff back on, and then you want to push on that. Oh, can you see it? Top of the fuel filter. That. Yeah, I don't know if you can see anything or not because I can't even see my phone. But when you push on that, you should feel it move, and you hear a little bit of gurgling in the fuel tank. I don't know if you can hear that or not. That lets you know it's doing something. And so first you'll see the sediment bowl fill up with fuel. And then you're a third of the way there because you got to get all the air out of the filter. And you just got to reach in here and push on it. And it's got some resistance. Is that fuel in there yet? Oh, you see there's a little bit at the bottom. Yeah, we got a long way to go. And so some people say that filters, you're supposed to fill them up before you put them in, just so that, you know, you have oil or fuel or whatever already in there. It is such a disaster trying to reach in. There's no way. I wouldn't do it because I'm sure you're going to drop it and spill it. Yeah, we got a little bit of fuel in there. So we'll check back in 20 minutes. Still pumping. I found it was a little easier to reach this hand around this way and this one around this way. Hug this mast and put two hands on it to pump. You should feel a little bit of a change once fuel gets all the way to the filter. But you gotta like jam your hand in there. And this is my arm that has the circulation problem. It's not so good. But halfway there, I think. Let it run for a little bit. It may be a little ornery to start. You may have to give it some throttle and then back off. Anyway, once you finally get it running, hopefully without killing the battery or burning up the starter. Don't forget, you're not done until you close the valve. Watch out for the fan. And there it is.